2019.
Why do you believe that is?
I mean, this had something to do with it, but we had our own falling outs individually. That kind of refreshed my memory when I knew this was all happening and reading through text messages and things like that. But Chris and I had a falling out a year prior. My husband and I always go to Lake Lanier Islands for the 4th of July. My husband grew up in that area and worked there for a very long time.
At Lake Lanier Islands?
At Lake Lanier Islands. So that was our tradition. We did it every year, ever since I knew him.
This would be the big beach at Lake Lanier?
Yeah, like what's now Margaritaville.
Okay. So we're going to talk about the 4th in 2018 in a minute.
This was
This is what you guys did every year.
Yeah, I'm talking about 2017.
Okay.
So we invited Chris and Jenna and the girls to come up with us to celebrate the 4th of July. And it ended up where we had spent the entire day out there and they were drinking heavily. And we went to the Mexican restaurant on Friendship Road and I pulled the girls in the bathroom and I was like, listen, I can't let you drive with them. I was like, it's not safe. So they agreed. And we got in the car and we took them back as they were staying at Lake Lanier Islands Resort that night and took them back. And shortly after that, I called my parents. Not that night, it could have been a couple of days, I don't remember. But I told them, I said, Chris has a problem. He has a drinking problem. Those girls are going to get in an accident. You know, something bad's going to happen to them or somebody else. Well, it wasn't too long after that my brother decided to call my parents, and specifically my father, and said that he was having an affair with my mother, and accused. And that was pretty much from then on out. I never felt the same about Chris.
And so that was right around the 4th of July 2017.
Correct.
Was this also the time were you aware of him threatening to kill your mother?
That happened after.
Okay.
I kind of pieced it all together because I hear bits from people, but you know, nobody tells me directly. Honestly, when that happened, I didn't ask questions. I didn't want to be involved. I thought that was something that my parents should handle. They were the parents, they needed to handle it, and that's why I went to them about his problem, and because it wasn't my place to tell him he had a problem, and it was theirs as his parents. And I don't know if that was a result of that.
Did you know that it had almost a similar situation about Chris trying to leave with the girls, intoxicated? Did you know about that?
I slightly recall something of the sorts. I just remember telling my parents that the girls should not be driving with them if they were going to be drinking like that. And if it came to the point of me saying something to my parents, there was a reason. I did not feel like they were safe.
And so let's be clear. At that point, Chris, instead of stopping drinking or taking accountability for his actions, he decided to say that your fiance was having an affair with your mother.
That's what I can assume.
Okay.
Because there's no other reason for him. My husband was good friends with Scott and Chris before this. They went to an SEC football championship game together. Chad and my dad had a fantastic relationship before all of this happened. We went out there almost every weekend to have dinner with them. And we were there on his birthday on June 27th before he died. And we were the only ones there.
It's firefighters, nurses, teachers. It's our families who are getting pushed out of our communities by the lack of housing. Prop 5 allows voters to prioritize more housing in their communities, building the middle class and affordable homes for working families trying to hang on. And passing Prop 5 has strict financial oversight, requiring local bond measures to provide a specific list of projects they fund. For more housing and more accountability, yes on 5.
And we are going to talk about